So I picked up a couple of new products from Sephora. I picked up the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. I got the new Glossier Stretch Concealer and also the new Rare Beauty blush in the shade Virtue. So I want to do a full face because I have been having all these products for a while and I haven't used them, and I want to do a full face of newish products in my collection, including this new products. So let's get started. So on my eyebrows, I've already finished them with the Rare Beauty brow product. This is the Brown Shape Fill Duo. I love this product. I've been using this a lot lately. And I think, yeah, for primer, I'm gonna go in with my favorite, and this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Primer in the shade Light. This is still my first bottle, and I'm just obsessed with this one. I got 2 more bottles in the same shade. I'm gonna go in with a Moda brush. So I'm really excited to try this new Glossier Concealer. I've had it here on my desk for a while and I never got a chance to film this video. But yeah, the Rare Beauty blush, that one is already up on my channel. It got posted today when I'm filming this one. So you guys can see my thoughts on that one, but I want to use it now in an actual video. Oh, this is such a beautiful primer. I'm obsessed with this e.l.f. one. I haven't touched my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter one. This is just such a great product. Okay, so let's move on with my MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body Radiant Sheer Foundation. And this is in the shade, I think it says C1. So it says to give it a good shake. And what I've noticed with this one is best to apply it with your fingers and then blend it with the sponge, because if you use a sponge, you will absorb the product and you don't get much coverage. So you'll notice when you apply it, it's quite liquidy. And then it becomes kind of sticky like a foundation right away. Like you can see, it's already sticky. And I usually hate applying foundations with my fingers, but I find that this one works best this way. So I'm going more for a glowy, sheer type of coverage. I've been wearing quite a lot of high coverage with my IT Cosmetics foundation. Now I'm gonna go in with a sponge. I kind of miss having a nice glowy coverage. We are glowing for sure. Okay, so let's move on to this concealer. So this is the Glossier Stretch Concealer, and I got mine in the shade G11. I actually bought this in store. It's so pretty. I really love the packaging. It's glass. And this kind of reminds me of the NARS one. So they're very similar. This one has just a different top. But this is what this one looks like. It's very pretty. You see when you touch it, it's just so nice and creamy. I don't know. I just love it. It feels very nice and hydrating on the hand and glowy. So that's perfect. So I'm going to go in. I think it matches really nice with the actual complexion. So I'm going to go in with the Rare Beauty concealer brush. And let's see. I heard a lot of people enjoy this product because it provides a little bit more coverage than the Glossier skin tint or foundation. That's supposed to be very sheer. It's very emollient. We can see here, so you can see on the forehead, but it does provide some nice coverage. I think that this is a perfect consistency if you do want to spot conceal as well and not have that heavy looking concealer all over your face. So I think it's good when you use a little bit more hydrating foundation. Ooh, this is pretty. Just gonna apply some here as well. I'm gonna go in with my sponge and make sure that everything is pushed into the skin. So here's a trick. You know, when you apply foundation, all of a sudden you feel like you have all those fuzzy hairs on your face. Grab a clean spoolie and just gonna go over the area, and look at that. It picked up all of those fuzzies that were on the face. It's just, I I figured this out and it's been a life changer. You don't have to use your finger or anything else and then smudge your foundation. Wherever you feel itchy, just grab a clean spoolie and it just picks up those fuzzies. Oh, this looks beautiful. There's no creasing, nothing. Loving this concealer so far. Okay, so let's move on to contouring, and I'm going to use my beautiful Westman Atelier contour stick in the shade Biscuit. And I think this is perfect for this type of complexion. This is a beautiful contour stick. I definitely recommend it. I know it's more pricey, but I've been using it non-stop. I think for that, I'm gonna go in with my favorite Beauty 109 brush and just push the product in. And I think you can get this one in a mini as well because the large one is quite expensive. So if you want to try it out, you can pick up this shade Biscuit in a mini. Okay, so let's move on to the Makeup by Mario bronzer. I kind of want to set this perimeter a tiny bit, not much, because I like this type of healthy glow. And this is the SoftSculpt bronzer in the shade Light Medium. I think I'm going to use this Beauty 103 brush and just slightly set this contour stick. It's so pretty. It's so subtle, yet so impactful. I love it. Okay, so let's move on to this new blush. This is the Soft Pinch blush by Rare Beauty in the shade Virtue. I love this peach brick type of shade. It's definitely like a brick type of shade. Look how pretty that is. I wonder if you're allowed to use this on the lips as well. Maybe I'll try this on the lips too. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply this. So I think its best thing is to go just one dot like this. I'll go in with a Moda brush. Don't know what this is called. Yeah, complexion brush. And just try to blend this into the skin. So again, this is good to use with a brush or with a sponge. So whatever your preference is, you can go in with a sponge as well. I think with a sponge is a little bit, you can see in my video too, with a sponge, it just blends into the skin and becomes one with the skin. When with a brush, you can still see the lines where it starts and ends. So up to you. So you can intensify this. This is very pretty. Just add a little bit more. So go slow because these blushes are very intense. You can quickly intensify them, but they're so easy and blendable that you can go in with your foundation sponge over and just diffuse the color. If you go with too much, so pretty. I wonder if we should set the face a little bit because we're a little bit too glowy. So I'm gonna go in with my Dior Backstage powder, and this is in the shade Zero Neutral. And I'm gonna use a Moda blush brush and just slightly set. I don't want to put too much because I do love the glow. So I still want to look glowy, but not oily. Okay, so let's prime the eyelids. I'm going to use my MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly. And I like to use my finger with this and apply it. Let's zoom you in and do a nice, fun look with this beautiful Natasha Denona palette. I just got this because it was on sale, and this is the Retro Glam palette. And I don't know what I'm gonna use today. I'm feeling the greens today, so let's get into the eyeshadow. Again, this is one of those palettes that you can pop those shades out and create your own palette or move them around. But I never understood that concept because you can see that there's names under each of the shades. So if I pop the shade out, I will never know and put something else in there. It won't match the names. So I don't know why she would do that because the names are there. I don't know. Unless, yeah, it makes no sense to me. Anyways, so let's move on to the eyes. And I know what I want. I want a green eye look. So I'm going to go in with this one. It's called Fringe, this light mint shade. Ooh, even my mirror is green, so that's a sign. And I'm gonna go in with this Unit 309 brush, very pigmented and powdery, to see how this transfer on the eyes. I think I need a bigger, fluffier brush. I'm gonna move into this Jeffree Star brush, just for the transition. I need something bigger and fluffier. It's a very nice mint shade, pastel. I was never gonna pick this one up because I like to pick up palettes that are wearable. So I thought maybe these shades are not as wearable, but I love Natasha Denona, and for it to be on sale, I had to grab it. It was like, what, $40 for this palette, right? Why can't they always cost $40? Why do we have to wait till they go on sale for $40? I don't get it. So I'm glad I didn't buy this when it came out because I can just purchase it now when it's on sale. Okay, I'm gonna go into Sage, into this one right here, and put this into the crease with that first brush, the unit brush. It's a very nice pigmented green. Similar to that first one, but a little bit more pigmented. Okay, I'm gonna put this all over the lid. Lucy's gonna go all over the lid. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, very similar to the lid color with a hint of moss green. So far, no fallouts at all. Okay, so let's move on to maybe this darker green, Faye, right here, and put it in the outer corner. I just want to use as many shades I can, and let's see the difference between this Faye and Lucy. Not much of a difference. These are very similar, Faye and Lucy. That's definitely not much of a difference. Now let's go in with Oz right here and use my finger. So pretty. And put this in the outer corner. I'm not going to bore you with swatches because there's a ton of videos on this palette already, and I'm sure you've seen swatches. Just want to play with it and do a nice look. So it's not as crazy intense on the eye. Very similar to the green I already have on the eye with a hint of shimmer. I love the shades because they are very wearable. They're not too intense. They're not too crazy. And I love the undertones. They're so pretty. So you can definitely you can create something neutral, something green or pink with this. Okay, so let's go in with the Evergreen, which is this nice dark green. I'm going to use the same brush. This is a Tarte brush. And to just intensify this outer corner a bit more, I'm going to put it on top of that shimmery green. Oh, it's very pretty. Okay, so for the middle, I'm just going to go into this Palladian shade, which is this very nice light shimmery mint green. And again, I'm going to use my finger. Wow, that's intense. And just put it in the inner corner to brighten this area up. This is a beautiful shade. You see how nice the whole eye just changed compared to this one? Wow, that's so beautiful. I want to see this flutter one. That's too sparkly. I was going to use that maybe in the inner corner, this flutter one. I think I'm going to use this mint green in the inner corner here. So I'm going to go with this blinked brushes. This is E4 and just add a little bit of this pop of mint here. I think it's just a perfect shade to brighten that inner corner. Wow, this is really pretty. I think for the bottom lash line, I'm going to use a BK Beauty 210 brush. And I want to go into this Faye, which is this mossy dark green. I want to see on its own how it looks like. Oh yeah, it's really pretty. So you can see that it's dark and it just darkened this bottom lash line a bit. I don't think I'm going to bring any mint green on the bottom because I think we have a lot going on the top. So I'm just going to play with this sage green a bit and intensify the outer corner here. I love these greens. I can't wait to do a pink look with this. For the lash line, I'm going to use my Makeup by Mario, and this is the Master Pigment Pro Pencil in the shade Perfect Brown. And I'm just going to put this in the waterline. You see the difference? This eye and then this eye. I love adding this brown in my waterline lately. Here, let's do this. Let me get into my concealer, my Glossier Concealer, and just grab like a small brush. And I want to clean up this area here a tiny bit. This is a perfect concealer to clean the outer corner, because it's not as intense and it is quite, I don't know, it's quite emollient. So it's really easy to blend and define this outer corner here. Okay, so I'm going to quickly pop off camera and apply some mascara. I'm going to use my Voluminous Brown Balm Mascara from L'Oreal. and I will be right back with lips and then final thoughts. So enjoy this intermission. Okay, so here is a close-up of what the eyes turned out to look like. What do you guys think? I think that this palette is just stunning. I love the green. The greens are so subtle and so wearable. So this is what it looks like from far away. I think it looks really, really pretty. Wow. Let's move on to lips. Okay, so for lips, I'm going to use my Morphe Sweet Tea Lip Liner. And this is a very nice brown lip liner. All I have is some lip oil on my lips. I'm obsessed with these lip liners. They are so good and they come in so many shades and they are so affordable. Okay, so for lips, I have two products I want to use. I have the Co-Beauty Plumping Lip Butter, which is very similar to that Makeup by Mario lip product. But I'm going to incorporate the blush in today's video. So let's go ahead. So again, this twists and you don't want to twist more because you cannot twist it back in. So let's just apply this. And it is very, very jelly. You can see. Oh, that's so pretty. But I do want to use this. I don't know if I can use this on my lips. But you know what? Let's just use like that. And grab a lip brush. That's really pretty. You see how nice this shade turned out to look on the lips? So I love the combo of this lip liner. You don't even need to use this lip balm. You can just go ahead with the Rare Beauty blush. Just add a little bit in the middle and then with a lip brush, you can just spread it all over the lips. Okay, I am really loving the lips, how they turn out, because it really ties in the blush because it's the actual blush and the actual bronzer as well. Okay, so let's spray the face and set everything. I have my favorite setting spray. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Spray. I'm obsessed with this. This actually works. Compared to anything I own, I can tell the difference because when I spray my face with this, my makeup does last all day long, and also you can feel it setting your makeup. It's not painful or anything. You can just feel it setting your makeup without drying your face. So let's use this. And then when you start spraying, you just don't want to stop because it feels so good. So you can go in with your sponge, push everything in. Final thoughts. So final thoughts on the new products. This is probably, I can tell you right now, very affordable concealer, the Glossier Concealer. Mine is in the shade G11. This is called the Stretch Concealer. It is probably my favorite concealer I own that I've tried so far. And I'm telling you because look at my under eye area. I'm going to zoom you in. Nothing has creased underneath there. And I have not set my under eye area with any powder. You can see that I only put powder around here. So my under eye area looks amazing. There's no concealer set in there. And it looks brightening and it looks hydrating. It doesn't even look like I'm wearing concealer. So this is made in Canada and it's 4.8 grams that you get in here. I definitely recommend this concealer. I'm so happy with how it turned out and how emollient it is and very hydrating and soft, and it doesn't settle in my fine lines. I was worried that because it's so soft, it might settle in the lines, but it didn't. Okay, next the blush. Oh, look at this shade. the new shade Virtue. I do have other shades. I'm actually happy that I've used it on my lips. Like, you just put the most tiniest dot and you can use this as a lipstick. That's how I'm going to use this from now on. You don't even need lipsticks. And I definitely recommend this Virtue shade. It looks beautiful on the cheeks and it looks beautiful on the lips. And this palette, I'm not disappointed I picked up. I thought that this is not a very wearable day-to-day palette, but I think it is. Like, I would wear this outside. I would wear this nice greens. They're very subtle. Again, you don't have to go with so many greens that I went into. Just choose one green all over the eyelid or a nice shimmery one. You can do like a nice pink soft look, or you can just do a neutral, more neutral look with this shades, with that, and you're good to go. So I think that this palette is beautiful and I'm excited to have this in my collection. Like, look how stunning it is. But this is it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Bye!